All right, what's going on, YouTube family? Today we are going to talk about my EDC that I carry when I'm in the Philippines. And this probably kind of carries over for what I carry also when I'm in the United States, when I know I'm going blogging or whatever like that, and I want to take pictures and videos and stuff like that. But today we're just going to aim this straight toward what I carry when I'm in the Philippines, doing my daily routine activities and stuff like that. And what you probably should think about too, especially if you're a first-time traveler and you want to know what you should take with you when you're out doing this type of thing, whether you blogging for personal memories for your family or whatever. These are just a few items that you can take with you when you're out there blogging. All right, guys, one of the main things you're going to want is probably a sling bag or a small backpack that you can easily carry around with you if you're going to restaurants, to the mall, or whatever. You might want to carry you something small like this, and so it'll be easy for you to take it around with you. So you're going to see that these bags here, these sling bags, are very, very popular in the Philippines. So they sell them everywhere, but if I was you, I would buy one probably off of Amazon or something like that. And it don't really matter which one you get. I'm not going to try to direct you toward a certain bag. It don't really matter which bag you get. Just make sure you get a bag that can hold all the things you plan to carry around with you while you're on your trip in the Philippines. All right, guys, the next thing that I bring with me is my cell phone. But since we're talking about travel, I also bring an ND filter that I can just snap onto my phone just like that. So now when I'm in scenarios where it's really bright outside, I have an ND filter on my phone. And this whole setup here is by Neewer, the phone case and the ND filter and the little attachment on the back where you can just easily just snap it on there. And this holds 67mm ND filters, polarizers, or whatever you got like that. 67mm, just keep that in mind. And that's pretty much what it looked like. Lightweight, simple system. I can easily just come out, and if it's too bright outside, I got my ND filter on. I can set it to whatever darkness that I need, and I can take my photos or my videos easily with this right here. And you see just how simple this system right here it is. I can even still stick it right in my pocket with the ND filter on there if I needed to. But if I'm not using it, I just keep the ND filter, I remove it, and I just had a phone like this in the phone case. So my phone is still protected. And then whenever I need the ND filter, I just take it out and pop it on if I'm in a scenario where it's really bright outside. All right, guys, my other tool that I always take with me when I'm out here traveling in my everyday carry is my Insta360 Ace Pro and my PGY-TECH Mantis Pod. I always take that with me when I'm out here trying to blog or whatever like that. When I'm traveling around, I keep that in my bag at all times because it's always necessary for me to be able to pop it out and be able to take some videos, record a blog or whatever I'm trying to do, or even sometimes take pictures with it, you know what I'm saying? So it's very convenient for me to have the Ace Pro and the PGY-TECH Mantis Pod with the cap lock system, so I can easily switch between this camera here or using my cell phone on the PGY-TECH Mantis Pod. Another thing is the quick record button. I can just, instead of pressing the power button, I can just hit the record button. It'll instantly start recording. And then when I hit the record button again, it'll instantly stop my video. So I save battery power that way. I never forget to actually turn the camera off. All right, guys, I'm gonna cover everything else that I got in my bag with me that I carry. And it's gonna be my flip wallet. I've been carrying this flip wallet for a long time. This is a great wallet to have. I like it mainly because it's hard. And if anybody, if I did have it in my pocket, anybody tried to take it out or whatever, I would definitely notice if they tried to take this right here out of my wallet. But the flip wallet is what I carry. I also carry a coin holder because in the Philippines, you get a lot of coins when you're over there. Another obvious thing is going to be a charging cable. I always make sure I take a charging cable along with me and the wall adapter as well. I also carry my Ultimate selfie stick with the cap lock system on it, so I can switch from my Ace Pro to my Insta360 with no issues. My wireless microphone, and of course I got the one on right here. I also carry my X4. Gotta have that 360 camera. And of course my Hohem V3 gimbal. I take that with me everywhere I go. And last but not least, I take my phone case with me. This right here is definitely a good versatile tool. I also have the ND filter for it as well. This right here is a good tool because if I do get in a situation where I ask somebody else to take a picture for me, all they got to do is press this button right here. They don't have to fumble with my camera. They can just press the button and it's easy for them to hold it. And I just give it to them in the configuration that I want, because I can also switch it to this configuration here, and all they have to do is press that button, you know. And if they're going to do those crazy fake drone shots, they can do all that with it in this case right here, and pretty much no issues with it. This one here is by SmallRig. And I keep the ND filter for it here. And that's pretty much it, guys. You know, the only, like I said, when it comes down to the bag can be any style of bag you want. This bag here also has the charging port on the outside right here, so I can just stick my cord in there and then stick it to my phone and charge my phone up. So you might want to think about a bag that can do that as well. It does come in handy when you're out there in the Philippines traveling around and stuff like that. You know, you can have your battery pack on the inside, which I don't have my battery pack on the inside now, but that's something else that you might want to think about too, is getting you a battery pack to have so that you can charge your phone up while you out, especially if you're going to be out for an extended period of time. A lot of places, especially the coffee shops, they do have the ability for you to charge your phone because they do have plugs on the inside. The two things that I didn't include in my bag that I normally have, but I left them in my car, which is a rag. Is a lot of humidity in the Philippines, so you do need a rag, you know, to wipe the sweat off your face or whatever like that. And also hand sanitizer. It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you go in the bathroom and they got soap and everything in there. Sometimes they just got water, and in the case they just got water, you do need hand sanitizer to clean your hands. So you definitely should have hand sanitizer. And another thing that I'm big on is having you a small medical kit with you while you're out. It is a foreign country. They may or may not have Band-Aids and antibiotics and stuff like that. So it's kind of a hit and miss thing on that too. And just to avoid even taking chances, just go ahead and get you one. You know, get you one of those little travel medical kits with Band-Aids and antibiotics and stuff in it. And this usually comes in a small thing that you can easily fit in your bag with you. You may not carry the exact same things that I carry, you know. Sometimes I don't even carry all of this if I know exactly what I'm going to be doing while I'm out. But if I'm going to be out for an extended period of time, I'm going to carry everything that I have in here now, you know, plus my rag, plus my hand sanitizer, which I always have. And another thing that you might want to think about as well is a straw. Believe it or not, a lot of places in the Philippines, they don't offer straws to you. So you might want to take you one of those reusable, cleanable straws. Take one of those so that you always have a straw no matter where you at. Except when it comes down to shakes and smoothies. Most time those places are going to have straws just about every single time. It's usually when you go to a restaurant and they're giving you some type of drink or something like that. It's when you're going to run into those situations where they're not going to have a straw for you to use, you know, while you order in the Philippines. And some people probably already thinking now, especially women that are viewing this video, probably think, oh, I need to take hand soap. Yes, definitely take you some hand soap too, because like I said, a lot of times they may not have it when you go in the restroom. And like I saw in another person's video, definitely collect paper towels. So if you go to a restaurant and you get you some paper towels, make sure you keep those with you, because sometimes you go to the restroom and they don't have paper towels. And yeah, you got to get used to that too. It's different. They call the restroom the CR, but definitely sometimes when you go, they do not have paper in the bathroom. So, you know, collect paper towels. You know, you can get you some baby wipes or some dude wipes or whatever like that. Put that in your travel kit too, so that you can take that with you on your everyday carry while you're around in the Philippines, you know. So definitely be mindful of those things right there. Even if you find a place like, say, a coffee shop that normally have a good restroom, it's not going to be the same at every one of those same coffee shops everywhere you go. Sometimes you're going to run into that situation where they're just going to be out and they didn't restock it or whatever. Yeah, and it can be a pain in the neck. So make sure you prepare when you're traveling overseas. Make sure you prepare and you have everything that you need. But typically this stuff right here is going to be for somebody who's going to be going there to take videos and stuff like that. So if you're just a regular travel and you're just trying to record some of your travel stuff, you may only have just an action camera, or you may only have a 360 camera, or you may just have your cell phone. You never know. But yeah, with your cell phone and that ND filter, it definitely comes in handy, because in a lot of these places it is very sunny, and you definitely need those ND filters or even polarizers when you out taking pictures, you know, around water or just in the sun, period. You know, you want your photos to come out not overexposed and stuff. Make sure you have an ND filter that you can put on your cell phone. So like, I try to link some of this stuff in the description below so that you guys can easily find it and check it out, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to point out a certain thing, you know. Like I said, you can have a sling bag like this, or you can have a backpack or whatever, because I'm kind of versatile with mine. If I take more gear, or if I know I'm gonna get collectibles or souvenirs or something like that, I take a backpack with me, you know. But if I know I'm not gonna do that, I'm just going maybe to the zoo or sightseeing a pyramid or a temple or something like that, or a flower garden, I'm just going to take this pack right here. I also got a smaller one. Maybe I'll do a video on my smaller one later, but if I'm really trying to be light, I actually got a small sling bag that's small, probably 50 to 60% smaller than this one right here, that I carry with me if I'm going to be really light and I don't want to carry anything heavy around with me. Because this right here is not really heavy for me, but for some people it might actually start getting heavy. But as you can see, it definitely keep all my stuff on the inside, and it can hold more. So yeah. So if you want to know more information about traveling in the Philippines and all that, just please like, share, and subscribe. I got more Philippines videos coming. Man, and it's a good thing I brought my mic this time with the wind filter, because normally I forget my mic, but today I remembered to bring my mic, and it is very windy out here. And I'm just looking at my audio meter, and I'm noticing when I'm not talking, even though the wind is blowing pretty good, the meter is not going. So yeah, definitely think about getting you a wireless mic. Even if you're not a blogger or anything like that, you can still pick you up a mic for like 20 something to, I would say, between that 20 and 40 mark, and you can get you a decent mic that you can just use the USB-C or the lightning port and connect it to the bottom of your cell phone. That way you can get some good audio while you out there showing something to your family or whatever like that. So don't just think that you're going to get a wireless mic for blogging and stuff like that. You might just want it just for your video, so that whatever you're saying can actually come through clear, so that you can hear it when you're playing back for your family, or when you post it on Facebook or something like that, and you want people to be able to hear what you was talking about or trying to show them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely like, share, and subscribe. And you guys, I will catch y'all on the next video. Peace.